As more people come online, content in all languages is increasing. However, we do not have a good understanding of the best design practices for displaying content in multiple languages, especially on user-generated content platforms. Some platforms completely separate content in different languages, while others mix it freely. The option to see machine translations of foreign language content is also increasingly common. We conducted a controlled experiment to examine the helpfulness of foreign language content. We created a pool of 15 English reviews and their Spanish translations, 3 photos, descriptions, and tour titles. We then grouped them together randomly for each subject to form 3 fictitious tours. One tour had 3 English reviews, one tour had 6 English reviews, and finally one tour had 3 English and 3 Spanish reviews, the bilingual condition. We randomized the order the tours were presented in and asked subjects to rate their likelihood of booking each tour. After rating all 3 tours individually, we asked subjects to select the one tour that they would be most likely to book. Based on the literature, we expected the lowest ratings for the 3 English condition and the highest ratings for the 6 English condition. It was unclear where the bilingual condition would fall, but our best guess was that it would be somewhere between the other 2 conditions. After all, even if subjects couldn't read the Spanish reviews, they could still derive some information from the star ratings and perhaps some cognates like excelente. We ran our experiment with 416 native English speakers with no or basic Spanish ability. In contrast to our expectations, we saw no difference between the 3 English condition and the bilingual condition, despite the fact that subjects did spend a greater proportion of their time evaluating the bilingual tour. The 6 English tour was rated more highly than the other 2. Within the bilingual 3 English, 3 Spanish condition, we gave half the subjects the ability to click to see English translations of the Spanish reviews. We observed no overall effect from this addition. However, this overall result obscures 2 important underlying facts. First, only 28% of our subjects clicked to see any translations. Second, and very importantly, subjects who clicked to see at least one translation behaved very differently from those who did not. Subjects clicking to view at least one translation rated the tour in the bilingual condition significantly higher than subjects who did not view any translations. We ran a follow-up experiment that asked additional demographic and personality questions to investigate what individual level characteristics could explain these opposite reactions to foreign language reviews. We replicated the findings of our first study, however, none of the hypothesized characteristics were significantly associated with higher ratings of the bilingual tour or clicking to see translations. We did observe that subjects who clicked to see at least one translation rated the reviews as more important across all 3 tours than did subjects who did not click to see at least one translation. This might indicate that additional reviews, even in a foreign language, are most helpful to people who place a large amount of importance on reviews. Further work is needed to fully understand the best way to display foreign language content. Our results indicate the subject is complex and that people respond to the mere presence of foreign language content. We found people who use the translation buttons behave very differently from those who did not. We suspect this is due to existing underlying attitudes towards foreign language content and that the use of the translation button simply made these attitudes visible. We started with native English speakers as they are probably the most difficult group and likely represent a lower bound. Speakers of smaller size languages have shown greater willingness to engage with foreign language content, and we would expect that they would derive as much or more helpfulness from foreign language reviews. We must also remember that most of the world's population is bilingual and take this into account when designing interfaces. At present, our results indicate personalization and user choice are important to displaying foreign language content. People who interact with or click to see translations of foreign language content most likely value that content and want to see more of it. It may be better, however, to hide foreign language content from people who consistently do not interact with it. Our results are a first step, and much remains to be done to explore additional context. Would people be more accepting of Spanish language reviews if our tours had been of Madrid rather than London? Would the results have changed if the English and Spanish reviews disagreed about the tours? That is, if reviews in one language were positive and the reviews in the other were negative. How could the recency of reviews or details about the reviewers themselves influence our findings? We hope that this study will inspire future work on this important topic. As the quantity of reviews and other content in all languages increases, much further research is needed in order to understand when to use and how to present foreign language content in different contexts to people with different linguistic backgrounds and attitudes. Thank you.